Hello students, very good morning to all. So today you can see here that we are going to start this chapter which is called as force and pressure. Okay. So in this chapter, what are the terms that we are going to discuss? Let me tell you that what we will learn about in this chapter. So basically in this chapter we will discuss about force. It is whether it is a push or pull. Okay. Now force occurs due to interaction of which. Okay, that means how does the force occur. Okay. Now how to calculate resultant force, what are the effects of forces, what are the types of forces, what do you mean by pressure and atmospheric pressures. Okay. So these are the terms or these are the terminology, students, that we are going to discuss in this whole chapter. So let us discuss one by one. Okay. Now just have a look that first we are going to start with this topic, that force, whether it is a push or a pull, very important. Okay. Force, whether it is a push or a pull. Okay. Now let us recall our everyday activities. Everyday activities means like picking an object, opening a drawer, shutting the door, okay, kicking a ball, hitting a nail, lifting a school bag, okay, pushing or pulling a cart, all these things. These are nothing but our daily activities. Okay. So all of these actions are due to some kind of change in their motion of an object. Okay. Now very important line, that all of these actions are due to some kind of change in the motion of an object. Now actions which change the motion of any object are due to application of force. Okay. Now try to understand this line, that actions which change the motion of any object, change the motion of any object, that means hitting a ball. Okay, hitting a ball or kicking a ball. If a ball is there, that means what? The ball is at rest position. Now if you kick the ball, then what will happen? That means you are going to apply a force on it. If I call that if force you applied in this force, or if one force you applied, then what will happen? Whenever you kick the ball, then the ball will start moving. That means it is a change of position, okay, or change of motion. It is written here that actions which change the motion of any object are due to application of force, that is pushing or pulling. So let us understand these two terms through an activity. Okay. So this is the very basic introduction part of the chapter. Now let us start that how we can define a push or a pull. Okay. So basically this activity tells us there is a table. So basically this table, I will show you the table after some time. So basically this table gives some example of your daily life situation involving motion of objects. Identify what you have to do, you have to identify the action involved in each case, whether it is a pull or a push. Okay. So you have to record your observations in these things. Okay. So let me show you the table. So basically students, this is the table. So this table you can see here that identifying actions as a push or pull. So first one is description of the situation. Situation is given, plenty numbers of situations are given. Okay. What you have to do, you have to tell whether it is a push. That means what action is there. It is whether it is a push, whether it is a pull, okay, whether it is a picking, hitting, lifting, lowering, flying, kicking, throwing, shutting and flicking. Okay. So all these actions are there. You have to just say what kind of actions are there, or action can be grouped as push or pull. You have to say whether it is a push, whether it is a pull. Now one is done for you, just have a look. Moving a book kept on a table. So if a book is kept on a table, if this is our table and if I kept this book like this, okay, or if I kept this pen like this, so I just move the pen like this from one position to another position. So it is obviously a pushing. Okay. Pushing, pulling, lifting, all these things are there. If the pen is there, I can push the pen, I can pull the pen, I can lift the pen. So all the possibilities are there. Okay. Now whether it is a push or pull, so two types of things are there. I can push the pen at a time, or next time I can pull the pen. Okay. So push and pull, both actions are possible here. So what you have to do, students, you have to complete the table. Okay. One example we have discussed here. Now many things are there, that opening or you can see here, opening or shutting a door, drawing a bucket of water from a well, a football player taking a penalty kick, okay, a cricket ball hit by a batsman, moving a loaded car, opening a drawer, lifting a school bag, paddling a cycle. So plenty of examples are there. So what you have to do, just you have to fill the table by yourself, okay. So fill the table by yourself, no need to discuss with others, because it will enhance your thinking power of this portion, okay. Now on the basis of this activity, okay, so this activity basically we have read. Now on the basis of this activity we can see that each of these actions can be grouped as two terms, pull or push, okay, or push or pull, okay, or both. We have seen both we can do here, push or pull. Now a push or pull of an object which causes it to move a change of direction, okay, is called a force. Now very important, this is the definition of force. So what is the definition of force? A push or pull on an object which causes it to move or change direction is called force, okay. Direction change is very much important, because a ball is there, okay. If a ball is there, or if I am a bowler, so I just throw the ball towards the batsman, and what the batsman will do, he just hits the ball and the ball will change its direction and go to that direction, okay. So direction change is very much important. When a batsman hits the ball, that means what? He put a force on the ball, okay. Now just have a look. Force occurs due to interaction, okay. Now what is the meaning of interaction? Let us discuss. So we have discussed the definition of force. Now let us discuss these things, that force occurs due to an interaction. So basically, suppose a boy is standing behind a stationary ball, okay. Now will the ball move due to his presence? Obviously no, it won't, as no force is being applied, okay. But if the boy pushes the ball, it will move as he applied a force on it. Now same thing happens, the pen is there. Now does the pen will come towards me, or the pen will go away from me if I have not applied any force? Obviously no, okay. But if I apply some force, if I pull the pen, if I push the pen, then it will change its position. So the same thing happens here, okay. Now just have a look at the following pictures and decide who is pulling and who is pushing in each situation. So let me show you the pictures, okay. See here. So in picture A, just have a look. Three pictures are there. In picture A, the man appears to pull the cow, okay. You can see here, this boy, not man actually, this boy actually, he just tried to pull the cow. In case B, both the dogs are trying to pull the bone. See, you can see here the bone. So both the dogs are trying to, you can say, pull the bone, okay. And third case, girl is pushing the door to close it, okay. Here pushing is there. Now from these examples we can conclude that at least two objects must interact for a force to come into play, okay. This line is very important, that at least two objects must interact for a force to come into play. Hence an interaction of one object with another object results a force between the two objects, okay. Interaction is very much needed. You can see here two different objects are there. The cow is a different object, boy is a different object. Two objects are there. Here two dogs are there. Here the girl is an object and this door is an another object, okay. So in each cases two objects should be there and interaction between the two objects should be there to occur a force, okay. So this is the part which tells us that what occurs a force, okay. Now next thing is that resultant of force, okay. How do we calculate the resultant of force, or what do you mean by a resultant of anything, okay. So let us discuss this part, that what is meant by resultant of anything, or how do we calculate the resultant of force. So just have a look. Resultant of force is the net force, okay. So resultant means the net amount, okay. You can say average amount. So resultant of force means the net force that acts on an object when two or more forces act together, okay, on an object. Let us understand this concept through an activity, okay. An activity is there. Now let me tell you, resultant of force means what? That if one force is like in this direction and if one force is like in this direction. Okay. So what will happen? If the two forces are same and equal, then the resultant should be 0. Okay, the net force should be 0. Okay, so these things we will discuss after some time. Now let us discuss the activity, that what this activity tells us. So basically this activity 8.2 tells us that choose a heavy object like a table or a box. Now which can move with difficulty, okay, or which you can move with difficulty. We have a heavy object like a table or a box. Try to push it by yourself. Are you able to move it? Now ask one of your friend to help you in pushing it in the same direction. Is it easier to move now? The question is why? Obviously it should be easier, but why? So first thing what we are doing, we want to push the box, whatever it is, box or table. Next thing, push the same object but ask your friend to push it from the opposite side. Okay. Then what will happen? Now is it hard to move or not? So the same thing happens here, that if two forces are there, okay, F1 is you and F2 is your friend, okay. So this is our table or box, whatever it is, okay. So you are pushing from this side and your friend is pushing from this side, okay. Now what will happen? When two opposite forces act in opposite side, then it will be much harder to move the object from its position. Now what will happen? You and your friend, both of you, if move in, if you try to push in the same side, then what will happen? Then it will be much easier to move the object from one point to another. Okay. So this is the logic behind the resultant of force. Okay. Resultant means nothing but the net force. Okay. Now through this activity, what we can say or what we can conclude? Let us discuss this. So basically through this activity we can conclude that when two forces act on an object in the same direction, they add up one another. Very important. When two forces act on an object in the same direction, we have given the example. So what will happen? The two forces will add one another. Okay, F1 plus F2. Now if the two forces act in the opposite direction, then what will happen? The net force acting on it is difference between the two forces. If they are acting on opposite side, then we have to do this, F1 minus F2. So in first case, net force will be F1 plus F2 when two forces are on the same side. Okay, and when two forces are on different side, then we have to subtract from the first force to the other force. Okay. Now just have a look. Forces in the opposite direction. You can see here. This boy applying force in this direction and this boy applying force in this direction. So same thing, if this force we call F1, if this force we call F2, then net force will be, I am writing here that net force will be this, F1 plus F2. Now in this direction you can see here two boys are applying the force in the same direction. So your net force will be this in the second case. Okay. So this is all about your resultant of force. Clear? Very easy one. I hope you can correlate this part with your regular life, daily basis life. Okay. Now next thing that we are going to discuss, just have a look. Effect of forces. Okay. So what are the effect of forces? Now first of all, let me tell you that resultant of forces, I hope all of you can understand. Effect of forces we will discuss, but first we have to clear our concept on this. Because if you don't understand this resultant of forces, you can't understand the effect of forces. So students, what you have to do, you have to read up to this. Okay, then in our next video lecture, we will discuss the effect of forces. So that's all for this video, students. Next video we will discuss the effect of forces. Okay, thank you.